just making sure.
Oh, for sure. I guess. Hey, welcome you guys. Happy Sunday to another episode of the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, audio, live stream, all of that. So we are going to get it cracking here in just a second. I got to run my intro for my people, so be right back.
It's Sunday, so you know what time that means. It's time for the best hour on the internet, the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, with your hosts, the Guru, Kev the Great, E Trouble, and D Good. Catch us live every Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, and now TikTok. Visit Knucklehead Chronicles podcast for past shows, clips, and previous guests. Now buckle up, because here we go!
All right, and we're back. That is for my audio crew over there on the podcast side. So this is basically what this is, but I ran it. I have no video for the live streaming folks. So what's up, Michael Woodland over at Facebook? Thank you for chiming in. I really appreciate you. If you have not shared it yet, go ahead and please go ahead and share it for me. That'll be dope. All right. So before we get into everything, shut up. Before we get into this intro, it keeps running as long. It's like I don't know what's going on with that, but I want to do my normal thing. What do I hear? Okay, that's me on TikTok. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Because I had an echo in my ear. I hate that. All right. So anyway, welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. If you haven't shared the broadcast yet, please share it out. We are broadcasting right now, live on Twitch, YouTube, all three Facebook spots, and Charm City Direct TV on Facebook. So if you want to catch us on Charm City Direct TV, just do a search on Facebook for Charm City Direct TV. Yes, say the whole thing like the pimp name Slickback and put that in there. And you can follow us there. Also, you can catch the audio version of this live on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. on Live 365, the app. So you have to download the app, do a search for Sound Machine FM, and you'll listen to us live on Tuesdays at 3. All right. This show is sponsored and brought to you by, you can't see my shirt. Okay. I'm repping my home area code right here in my home county, down there in North Carolina, down there. So this is sponsored by Woke Religion. This is my man AZ Rodman over there in North Carolina who made me this shirt. You can go over there and visit wokereligionclothing.com. I have his banner. Hey, Lynn, what's going on with you? Glad you were in the building. Let me get that off there, because it's in my way. All right, so you can visit AZ and the boys over there, Rockman, at wokereligionclothing.com. If you want, that dude can do just about everything and put it on a shirt, a mug, a face mask, any of that. All right. Also, you can follow follow this show on the website at the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast.com. Go there and you can get all past shows, listen to a show live on the website as well. So check that out. Right. Also, you can follow the podcast from the website to any particular platform that you listen to your podcast on. Now, today I want you guys to stay tuned because we have a great show lined up today. We're talking about chasing dreams, and the guest that I have on today is chasing hers, and she has a message for all the young ladies talking about chasing dreams and want to be this in life and want to be that in life. You may want to stay tuned for this one. All right. Since Kevin's not here, we're not going to say it with your chest. What's up, E Digger? E Digger's in the house. So I got my two CEOs, man. E Digger and Lynn from Sound Machine FM online as well. Thank you guys for coming through. I got Dongala from Twitch. Thank you. Hello. How are you? Glad you're here. All right. So, fellas, getting into it. How was your week, man?
Good, man. Good. Been grinding, been working.
Yeah.
Fighting the pollen. Just trying to stay black.
Mr. Wakens himself. I love it. I love it all day. All right, Dwayne, how was your week, man?
Hey, look, bro, you know me. You know I'm here. What's the complaint about? I'm breathing. I got a heartbeat. Life is good.
You be going on, boy. I don't know how you do it. But I can appreciate you. I've had a good week. This week, you guys may or may not know, I bought a brand new car on Tuesday.
Congrats.
I'm always preaching about credit, and I still don't have any. But nonetheless, I got a new car.
Did you get commission on your own car?
No. I didn't. It's not even a GM vehicle, so that was good. That's not the right website address. Yes, it is. Ooh, right. That's wrong. Thank you, Lynn. She is so on point. The website
Appreciate you, man.
It's Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. Knuckles Chronicle. You know what happened when I was doing that this morning? I was trying to show prep, and I was like speeding past everything, trying to get stuff together, and I just totally missed it on that. So you guys charge it to my head and not my heart, but it's Chronicles podcast.com. Thank you, Lynn.
So she got you right.
You could have sent me an inbox and told me that. You got an embarrassment like that on my live show.
Airdrop it.
That's how you know y'all friends. That's how you know y'all friends for real.
That's my buddy. She is always on my stuff, and I love her for it because it keeps me on point. All right, so getting into the topic of the show and why we are here, we're talking about favorite ingredients. So okay, yeah, that's good. All right, so all right, so we're gonna get right into it. We're talking about chasing dreams. Now, the person that I'm going to bring on, our guest of the hour, is a up and coming comedian. She's a TikTok creator, and I've been following her on TikTok now for about since last year sometime. And I asked her to come up on the show, and she came without any questions, didn't hesitate. It was a one-hit quitter, and I appreciate her for that. So without further ado, let me get to my her upcoming show she's got down there in the GA. I said the GA, that down in Georgia, at the E Complex, wherever that is in Atlanta on May 15th. Y'all come through and see her. If you want to buy your tickets early, it's $20 for the pre-sale, 30 at the door. You know how we do. We gotta get our stuff early. Don't be like Grandpa from Boondocks. I bought my tickets online, so pre-sale. But our guest for the evening is Miss Kiana Scott on TikTok and everywhere for that matter. So let's welcome her. Well, if I get my stuff right, maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna bring her on. My stuff don't want to work today. All right, Miss Kiana. Hey, there you go.
Hello.
Can you get my clap? Oh. There it is. I had it turned down. Oh God, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm just being nervous today. So, Miss Kiana in the building. How are you, ma'am? Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you for being.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna not cut the mustard today. I got a whole notebook list here of questions. Well, no, I don't. Not a whole notebook. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. Okay. So my first question to you, Miss Kiana, is this: am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes. About time. Yes, it is Kiana.
What's up, Bishop? What's going on with you? Because I have a stepdaughter that lives in Illinois. Her name is Kiana, but she spelled it Kianna. And so when I saw yours, I was like, and you pronounce it the same way. I was like, wait a minute, is that right? It's like Kiona to me, but that's just me.
Yes, that's the way it's spelled. That's the way it's spelled. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's my mommy fault. That's my mammy fault. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's the way she spelled it. So, but it's pronounced Kiana. So a lot of people do, when they see me, they be like, oh my God, that's Kiona. And I'll be like, it's Kiana, sweetheart.
Like, so again, before we get started here, if you are in the broadcast, or no matter where you are on the in social media land, please share the podcast. Share this live out. Also, subscribe to the podcast here that drops on Tuesday. My first question to you, Ms. Kiana, is you've been doing this comedy thing for how long?
6.5 years.
6.5 years. Did you? Were you told as a child, since comedy is your niche, when did you know it was your niche, and when did you decide to pursue it?
Comedy has never. I was always class clown, like always, joking around and playing. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't have never pictured myself actually like doing comedy. It's not something, you know, how some people say, oh my God, it was my dream since I was 3. They be lying. No, it's not, because, you know, I have a full-time job. You know, I'm an RN down here in Atlanta, Georgia. So that was not, comedy just wasn't something. Yeah, I'm a registered nurse.
Well, you be helping folk like that? So you make them laugh and then you bandage them up? Look at that, boy.
Yeah. So it's, you know, it's not really the truth. Like a lot of people always say, it's my dream. It wasn't never my dream. I never imagined or even picture myself or even thought that I would be traveling all over the world performing live comedy. Never. So honestly, it started at, I think I was 23. And I started off in New York. And New York gave me that work. Like, you know, they told me like, you would never be nothing. You're too like ghetto. It was like a lot. And I was like, oh my God. So I really, I'm not upset at them for that. I honestly respect them for that, because I went into it not knowing what it is actually about. Like comedy, a lot of people feel like comedy is just like you just get on stage and you just run your mouth. That's not it. Like your jokes have to be researched. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to know when to say what. You have to be able to pay attention to your crowd. You know, like it's a lot of stuff that come with comedy. It's just not, you know, writing something down and you just get up there and perform it. You have to go to different comedy clubs, different small places. Some places are like holes in the wall, bars, but you have to go to all of those places in order to make sure that these jokes work. Make sure you put them in the right order. What you need to say first, what you need to end with. So it's a lot when it comes to comedy. It just ain't getting up there. Now, some people have it where they are able to just go off the top of the dome. I have freestyle before, but that's most of the time when I am hosting. But I do have an original set that I do. So, and I do clean and explicit comedy. I prefer to curse though. I love to cuss. So, yeah, I've been waiting. Like I couldn't wait until I turned 18 to cuss. So,
who are some of your top influences?
My top influence as far as in comedy or just period?
Whatever shapes your comedy.
Well, to be honest with you, I get a little bit from everybody. Wanda Sykes is one of my favorite comedians, and a lot of people get shocked when I say that, like, oh my God, Wanda? And I'm like, yeah, like at the end of the day, Wanda is a writer, you know, director, producer, and she is able to do both, where she talks about her life and also brings politics into it. That's just something that I have not accomplished yet. I mean, I might mention politics here and there, but most of my material is based off my jokes. So Wanda Sykes is absolutely amazing. And Samoa is my dress icon. Like I remember Samoa is everything. Like
you be bad on it.
She just told, I remember an interview that she did. It was a long time ago, but I remember an interview that she did, and she said, regardless of what anyone say, I'm gonna always be fly when I go on stage. I don't care what you see me look like when I'm not on stage, but when I go on stage, I'm gonna be everything. So when people see me, you know, they're gonna be like, yo, she was fly. She might wasn't funny, but she looked it good. So I always kind of like take that with me. So if I'm not practicing on stage or anything like that, I'm always dressed or in heels or anything like that, because most of the time people see me in bonnets. So
yes.
So they be like, oh my God, you clean up well, Kiana. So it's, you know, it's just, I want people to know that you don't have to be fly. Be yourself, be true to who you are. And I'm comfortable that way. I'm always dressed up. I'm always in makeup. I'm always this. And a lot of people don't get to see that because they are so used to seeing me in a bonnet. They like, oh my God, her hair is never done, but it's always done. It's just that the bonnet never comes off. Like that's, you know, that's my brand. That's what my merch. That's what I sell. So I want people to know to be comfortable. You ain't always got to be pretty. And shout out to those who love to. Like, girl, do you. If you want to get up there, do your makeup and be everything, honey, do you. I ain't mad at you. But for me, I'm just more comfortable just, you know, showing my skin. Especially I'm black, so I love that. I love being dark skinned. So it's exciting for me.
You know what was funny? When I was getting ready to inbox you on Instagram about coming on the show. I mean, because I watch you on TikTok. That's where I know you from, right? And so when you're doing you do your best roasting sessions in a bonnet, right? So, you know, I always thought it was just a bonnet. And so when I was doing research, I went to your fan page on Facebook, and I saw the one with your hair straightening. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is the one the very first promo that I did on TikTok. So that's true. I was so used to you seeing you in just your bonnet. And so when I saw you dressed up, I was like, okay, Jesus be a whole fence in this point. Yeah.
As Ken, how do you get to work on your skill? Like, you sharpen your craft outside of your performance, or is when you perform, that's the only time you really get to work on your skill?
To be honest with you, every day. Like, every day you find comedy in life, period. Like, you could be at Family Dollar and it might not be your story, and that's okay, but it's up to you to kind of like put it into that form, and that's where your creativity begins. Because most of the time my material is the truth. It might be a tad exaggeration, but 9 out of 10 chances it's the truth. So I'm working on my craft every day. If I have the time, or if I'm not at work or anything to that nature, but most of the time I'm kind of like low key. I go to certain little holes in the walls, and they see me come in, they be like, oh my God, Keona's here. And I'll be like, yo, chill. It ain't like that, y'all. Like, just because they don't see me, because I'm always like out or on the road. So when I do come, they be like, yo, we got you. We gonna put you up. We gonna put you up. So they just throw me up there, and it's exciting that I'm able to go to rooms like that, in the Atlanta area, and be able to just, when they see me, they be like, we got you. We got you. Can you give us at least 20 minutes? So it makes me feel good, because it's like, yes, I needed that exact time to try to get this material and make sure that you guys like it or work with it. So every day I'm writing, I'm working on my craft, and TikTok is another platform where most of my material or jokes are sounds. And it feels good to know that.
Let me ask you this though, at being in the industry, like, and it might be slightly off topic though, but as far as ghostwriter, how do you feel about comics who have teams who write their jokes?
I have wrote for a lot of people, and I wasn't totally aware of. I was new, not smart at all, not knowing the specific amount of money that I can make in writing. And to be honest with you, you make more writing than as a comic. To be honest. So, to those who do have ghostwriters or whatever the case may be, kudos to them. I just feel like can't nobody tell my story better than me. Right. And that's just it. But most of the time, people that do that, they are like extremely busy, or, they have other stuff going on. So they just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to get a team of writers to kind of like just do this and do that. And 9 out of 10 chances, most of their writers still. So, they go to comedy clubs and listen to upcoming comedians, and all of us ain't gonna make it. And they are totally aware of that. And they use that and take it and run with it. Wow. Like I said, I've been doing it, for 6.5 years, and there's no guarantee that I'm going to make it. You just have to have that faith, or just believe, or continue to do what you want, continue to do what you want to do. And if comedy is something that you want to do, then do that. If you want to do hair, be a beautician, then do that. You have to just have the willpower. But the people that are bigger than us already know, like, half of them not going to make it, so we could take their material, and once we put it on, TV, it's nothing. Once it's on TV, that's it.
You can't claim it.
That's the difference in the comedy world and music and stuff like that. I hear a lot of people fighting, and I'd be like, oh my God, that is her song, but because I don't know the music industry, you can take somebody's song and you can use the exact same words. All you have to do is use your voice, and it's your song. It's like, I don't know if it's a scam, because that's how it seems to me. Like, it seems like it's a scam, but at the same time, I'm not within that industry. So once it goes on TV, it's nothing you could do. There's a lot of people material that people have did, they did their specials. And you be like, oh my God, that is my material, but it's nothing you can do about it. So I don't feel no type of way. If you got the money to pay for somebody to write for you, then do it by all means.
Material used without your express permission?
Of course, all the time.
How did it make you feel?
You know what? Yeah, it made me feel like I didn't want to be the I didn't want to be the angry black woman. I used to be labeled that. So I'm learning to be able to be very cordial. And as long as you are in this business, it's going to happen. They're going to take from you every second they get. If they hear it ain't got nothing to do with their life. It could be your full-blown story. It could be something that really happened to you. And if they see that you are getting laughs and it's working, they're going to snatch it from right under you. But it makes me want to fight. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'll be wanting to.
Yeah.
But I can't.
You think you're born funny or you can become funny? Like, do you have it or you just don't? Is it just that simple?
You know what? I honestly think that you have to have it. Not that it can't be taught to you. I'm not going to say that. People teach comedy all day long. I have a friend who owns her own comedy club out in Memphis, and she teach young children. If I'm not mistaken, these children are between 5 and up. And she teach them comedy. And these little kids are funny. So I honestly think you have to have at least something. It has to be something in there. It's either confidence or you have to be funny. You have to have at least, but the rest of it, you can blend together, make it look like something, and it'll work. But confidence is everything on stage. Because if people see that you are scared.
Have you ever had a show and you didn't think it was funny because of the way it was going, and it made you question your decision?
All the time. Like, you ain't going to hit. Like, you is just like, you could go somewhere tonight and do your thing, rock out, standing ovation, and you could go to the next spot on Monday night and it just don't hit that way.
The same routine. Yeah.
You do the same routine. You might have changed it up because you paid attention to the audience, and you knew, like, okay, well, this worked last night, but this is a different audience. All this might not work. So let me, rearrange some things or whatever. And you might not just hit, because sometimes people are like, they give you that silent laugh, and you think you're not funny. You be like, oh my God. And I have saw comedians get mad, like, okay, so y'all ain't laughing. It's like, yo, chill. Like, it's not like that. It's just the fact that, sometimes it takes for somebody else to laugh in order for the crowd to feel comfortable. Because I do jokes that are very uncomfortable sometimes in regards to, like, maybe it might be my children, or anything to that nature, or it could be you talking about a relative that, that has an addiction, and people are scared to laugh because, we are being silenced so much now, where you can't say certain words, you can't say this, you can't say that. Right. And I refuse to follow that order. I mean, if it's something that is relatable in my life, I'm going to talk about it. It's up to you to see your therapist before you come to the show. It's not my job to heal you. That's just not.
Baby.
You feel pressure. You feel pressure to make new routines, like with all these cell phones, with people capturing every moment. Do you feel like you got to come with something new every time?
No, not at all. I mean, I try to put everything into. If I'm doing an hour set, if I'm headlining, then that's different. But when it comes to, you always going to take out and just throw a little bit in there. Like, you always going to do that. That just comes from, just working and practicing your craft or whatever. So when you do your bits, you're going to sometimes take one bit out and then just put another one in. So I don't feel pressure, but I always want to have it in my corner, just in case anything happens. Because you could go to some places and open up for bigger comedians, and they have a list, like a long list of what you can talk about, what you can't, and you be looking like, I mean, it has happened to me. I have went to places and I'm talking about being a registered nurse. I'm talking about my children. I'm talking about life, period. And I couldn't talk about none of that. And I was like, is she a nurse? And they was like, no. I was like, do she have kids? They was like, no, you just can't talk about it. But it wasn't until after I came off stage the first time. So after I came off stage from performing the first time, and when we went back into the green room, the producer of the show, he came back and he was like, listen, she don't want you to talk about the stuff that you was talking about. And I was like, wow, I thought I did a good job. Like they were, laughing. Right. But some people would try to do whatever they can to put a stop, because you're not the show. You have to remember that you're not the show. A lot of people feel like I'm the headliner. They came to see me. So you are not who these people are here for. But, my job is to make it, more comfortable for you. That's it. I'm not trying to take the spotlight from you. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm just coming out here and testing stuff. So when you come out here and do your stuff, you automatically know what you could get away with, what you can't, whatever the case may be. So.
If I can, I want to backtrack just for a second, because you've made mention of your children about 3 or 4 times since we've been on here. So my question is, how many children do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3, and you got girls.
Yeah. I have 2 girls and I have a son. Unfortunately, I'm just a guardian though.
Unfortunately,
just a guardian. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just the guardian. Please do not, don't put the motherness into it. But I'm just currently their guardian.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess one of my questions, because I want to get back into the topic of the chasing the dreams part. When you decided that you wanted to pursue the comedy part of this, and you decided to go for it, even though you're a full-time guardian, you're a full-time nurse, and you're working, what made you say, okay, I'm going to pursue this, and I'm not going to stop until it's done? What was there something that, when Ironclad thing happened, that said, I'm going to pursue it, I am going to be a comedian?
When New York is really what put the drive into me. When they was like, you know what, you're just not good enough. You're just not, you don't have it. You're ghetto, you're ratchet. You don't have what it takes to be in this business. And also, I have heard several times, I do not have the look that, everyone is looking for within this industry.
So how that look? How does that comedian look?
I mean, that's something that you have to ask Master, because I have no clue. Honestly, I have no clue. It really irritated me. And I was like, man, let me sit down. Let me for real, like do my research. Let me go buy these books. Let me do whatever I need to do to sharpen up and get there. Because I know I'm funny. Whether it's your type of funny or not, I know I'm funny. I might not be for you, because you might have heard me on a night where I was explicit or rated R. So I might have not been for you. But yeah, that was when I got you don't have the look. That's what really pushed it. I probably would have continued doing what I was doing. But when they said you didn't have the look, that's when I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
if I can piggyback off that question, I've heard some more answer that question before, and she kind of gave a similar answer. Is that one of the reasons why she's probably one of the most influential female?
Exactly.
Got you.
Exactly. You just gotta. You're a black woman, a woman, period, in an all male dominant field.
Right.
You have to be able to. That's why I honestly respect Samoa and Wanda Sykes, comedians like that, because these women do not care. They say what they want to say, and they're 100% honest about it. And I love it. I love it. And I think that is the best thing that could happen to anybody. Like, you have to say what is on your mind before you can do anything. Do not never let nobody tell you or try to, some people try to whitewash you, where they feel like they want to, tie you, then lower you down. And I refuse to go through that.
But how is it with your peers though? Comic to comic, do you feel lesser than in those rooms? Like, are women like left out, and even in the comedic circle, or is it like, because y'all a special group? Like, it's not easy doing what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? We got football players a dime a dozen, doctors a dime a dozen, but that comedic group is very small. And I just wonder how it is in those circles. Like, how are y'all towards each other?
Exactly what you just said. Circles. That's what they are. They are circles. And that's the sad part. And this is why 9 out of 10 chances when you see flyers or you see someone posting flyers, you always see one woman and you see maybe 4 other men. Because women have it in their mind that it is only one spot, that it has to be one queen. It has to be a princess. It has to be an underground comedian. It has to be a servant comedian. Like, it has to be so much in this industry instead of all of us working together, being able to take this industry by storm. If we all would not be jealous or envy or hate or talk about one another. If you see that somebody is struggling on stage, I mean, there's no need for you to, say it out loud or disrespect them. I mean, you can tell them like, look, this is, what you said was funny, but I think you need to, look further into it, work on it.
Yeah.
I take comedians with me all the time. It might be a male, it might be a female. I take people with me on the road all the time. And I have no problem with helping anyone that wants to get to the next level. So that's exactly what it is. It's a circle. And what irritates me is that men are able to come together and work well. They do their shows. They look out for the younger male comedians, but when it comes to females, it's very hard for you to find somebody in this industry that you can actually look up to and be like, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're absolutely amazing. Like, you just don't have that. I mean, my best friend is Cookie Hall. And Cookie Hall, if you guys are not familiar with her, has toured and wrote for Cat Williams, Lonnie Love, so many other people. And that is probably the only one in this business that gives me everything. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm feeling down, because I want to quit every other day.
Right.
I'll be like, listen, I got other stuff I need to do. Like, we got a show again. Like, sometimes you're not resting, but like they say, you could, rest when you're dead. That's how they look at it in this business. Like, this is your dream, Kiana, do whatever you need to do. So my best friend Cookie Hall kind of keeps me at a certain level. Like, listen, baby, you got it. Like, I've been doing it for 30 something years, but it's, you got this, you can do it. So, and she's an amazing writer, so she's absolutely amazing. So she kind of keeps me going.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears real quick. So Kiana, tell me about being the CEO of Meow.
Oh God, Meow is a brand, which is something that I kind of built when I was doing comedy. I was doing a lot of little clean rooms at that time, and I had to replace the word with something else.
Okay.
So I had to replace the lady's private, private part, or her yum yum, or her yum yum.
Yes.
And I had to replace it. I had to find something to replace it. And I started saying meow. And a lot of people would laugh. I guess it was because of the way I said it. Because I'm able to turn off the countryness, and then I'm able to have that up north accent. So it kind of plays into it.
Yeah, I hear that noise on you.
Yeah. So ladies, if you're listening, I need for you guys to visit her website, KianaScott.com, and get you one of them bonnets now, because y'all wear them bonnets. And on the top of the bonnet, it has meow on top of the bonnet. So make sure you guys go and check that out. So, but before we get out of here, I know we got a few more minutes before we start to wrap up. Miss Kiana, who is on your Mount Rushmore of comedy?
Okay, this is where it get real interesting. Don't mess
honestly,
up.
He said to be honest, like honestly, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna say it. Why y'all look scared? Y'all look scared. Like.
That's Dwayne over there looking all petrified. Going on there, and you got it.
I'm gonna Dave Chappelle.
Okay, that's one. Get 3 more.
I'm liking Mount Rushmore so far.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, why? Because he does.
Because Dave Chappelle, man. That's why.
Nah, I ain't gonna let slide with that one.
Okay, but I didn't ask you.
No, it's way more. It's way more than that. The man is exceptional, and I don't know if you guys know it by now, but I like somebody that takes comedy and do what they want to do with it.
Okay.
I like somebody that does not allow society or anybody to tell them you have to do this or you have to do that.
Right.
They do their own thing, and I will always stand behind somebody or be like, yes, like, ooh, I need that drive. So Dave Chappelle is absolutely amazing. It has nothing to do with him being a writer or a producer or anything like that. His comedy is just absolutely amazing. It's livid. So it's hands down. So I would definitely say Dave Chappelle. Oh my God. Well, I said Wanda Sykes.
Wanda. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I did say Wanda Sykes. And this one right here is it might not, you guys might not expect this one, but I'm gonna say Tiffany Haddish. And it has nothing to do with the comedy. It's just the woman that she has became and how long she waited for her opportunity. So it doesn't have nothing to do with her just being like doing her thing and being crazy on stage. Nothing to do with that. It's the woman that she has become. She's absolutely amazing in how she's coming and reaching back out and helping those who she felt deserved their chance. So
Tiffany is tangible for all those little kids dreaming.
Yeah.
I love her story too, because at 38, 39, most people looking at you like, hey, you want to be a what? You want to be what? How long have you done that? Oh, you got a degree for that? Oh, you too old to be chased, but she never let it go.
Never.
And look, I mean, she's a household name now. So no, I like I like what you did and how you qualified your list, because for me, it's like somebody asking me my top 5 or whatever in rap and sports or whatever. I'm going to give my opinion, and that opinion is going to be framed by one, the ones who kind of set the concrete for what we do, whatever that is, or what's being done. And then number 2, those who influenced me in my generation, DeWanda Sykes for you. And then those who completely changes the game and almost evolutionizes whatever it is you're doing. Dave Chappelle was that person that took the power from the industry and allow the comment, hey, this is your art. This is what's paying the bills. So learn to own it.
Yes. And that's why I thought, because a lot of people get nervous when I say Tiffany Haddish, like, oh my God, she's not funny to me. And I said, if that's all you look at Tiffany Haddish as, then you don't get it, because it has nothing to do with whether she's funny or not. There's a lot of people that's not funny, but they can be an inspiration to you. And first of all, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? So you're entitled to have an opinion, but look more into people than just, I don't think they're funny, because a lot of people are out here doing different things that you can look and say, you know what? This woman gives me the drive that I need to keep going, not to stop. I can come back and get my people if I get to that point in life. Right. If I ever reach it, because, we all make a pact, like whoever make it to the top first, we're going to come back and get one another. And 9 out of 10 chances, a lot of people make it to the top and never come back and get you. But you can't you can't stop there. You have to continue to, just believe, dream, write it down, hang it up on your wall so that you look at it every day, chant it, believe in it, so.
Keep pushing forward. That's the number one thing I want everybody to get out of this today, is to just keep moving forward. You can't let, because I used to struggle with obstacles. And once I got to a place, even with this podcast, I was like, numbers not where I wanted to be. I'm gonna quit. I don't want to do this anymore. Coming up with content, that was hard. And things of that nature. So you got to just keep pushing and to see where you are. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure how many followers you have on TikTok. It doesn't really matter. You got me as a follower on TikTok. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm telling y'all, if you ain't not on TikTok and you're sorely slipping, All right. Yeah. So if you're on TikTok, just go on over there to @KeonScott1 on TikTok. I'm telling you. Yeah. So Miss Kiana, what's next for you? What's going on? I know we put up a flyer for one show. I know you had 2 others that you got going on. What's going on?
Yeah. I have a show May 7th in Marietta. This is the first time. A lot of people are shocked though, because I kind of do my shows. My shows are out of town. I'd be like, it's not enough money in Atlanta for me. So that's, I really be thinking like I'm somebody, which I am, but it's rare that people catch me in Atlanta. I might do maybe 2 shows a year in Atlanta. The rest I'm traveling or I'm elsewhere. So this was the first time that I had 4 shows in Atlanta. So I had one on April 22nd, which was an all-female show. And then I have one May 7th. I have one May 13th. That show is in Jonesboro.
Oh, and he neck of the woods, ain't it, Dwayne?
No, he's Stockbridge.
Yeah, he's Stockbridge. We've done a little bit.
And then, of course, I have the one on May 16th at the E-Complex. So I have that one. And then June 20th, I have my Father's Day show that I'm headlining. So, and that is in St. Louis.
Yeah. That you 2 hours from me at that point. I need in the inbox though. I need tickets because I would drive 2 hours because I'm in the I'm 2 hours away.
I have a lot of TikTok people that been like I try to come where they where they write it. If I say where you want me to come and they write it down, like they text it in there, like St. Louis or New York City. So a lot of people did request New York City, so I will be up there from the 16th to the 19th. But I have to leave on the 19th because I have to be in St. Louis on the 20th. So that's crazy. So after that, it's happening.
What I want, this is what I want, Miss Kiana. I didn't tell you at sound check. What we do is that we let our guests close us out at the end of the show with a inspirational word or something that they want to give, or a message that they want to give. But that will be at the end of the podcast here in just a little bit. Before we get into that though, I do want to switch gears. There is a video that I want to show. I want everybody to talk about it. I want Miss Kiana to give it from her side as a woman, and I want the guys to give their take on it. Mr. Steve Harvey is back in the news because he's always saying something he ain't got no business, but that's just Steve though. He just being
leave Uncle alone. Alone.
I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna let it's gonna mute our mic, so you won't be able to I can't hear you say anything. So we'll watch the video. It's like a minute and a half, and then we'll talk about it after. Hold on.
All of my friends are men. I don't have female friends. I don't. I'm incapable of that.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because look. Okay, let's get rid of this myth right here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this right here. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor, and trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity. Because we're
most
guys.
Men think this way?
99.9% of us think that way. And you tell this to a woman and it just blows her back. No, I have male friends. You have male friends because they know it can be nothing else right now. I tell you what, all your male friends, just ask them in a friendly way. If I wanted to date you, would you be okay with that? And watch the fireworks. Watch. Tell
Okay. So I'm gonna give it to Miss Scott first. I mean, as a woman, do you believe that?
Honestly, I have to. I respectfully disagree with him. I do, honestly. Not saying that men are not like, all right, did she open it yet? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that that's not true. I have male friends and it has nothing to do, and they don't bother me. They have never approached me that way. They have never came at me that way. So I just honestly, I think they know who they can do it with and who they can't. But honestly, I don't believe that. I have male friends and, they have wives and stuff like that. So no, I don't believe that. I disagree with Steve, as always. I always disagree with him, so it's nothing new.
On this thing. He get on my nerves. Ephraim, what are you thinking about?
It's a powerful principle in them. I say it like this. I don't like when you deal with definites and all this, never evers and all this. But I think it's a principle. Let's say you feel like how Steve feels, just stay away from female friends. If it's something you feel you can handle, then have female friends. But I think I respect it because that particular man is saying, I can't be no lady friend because if she halfway slip, I'm taking that open door. So I think for anybody who got that kind of, I hate to even call it a weakness, but anybody who got that lean, that bend towards taking easy opportunities, don't have no female friends.
Exactly.
Wayne, what you thinking?
Well, I'm pretty much, they summed it up, but you know me, I always got something to say.
Of course you do.
So
count on it, buddy.
like here's the reality. I'm gonna do my bit at being a comedian, and then I'm gonna be not like seriously. When I looked at that video, you know what I seen?
What you saw?
And this is gonna be experience talking, right? This is what I saw.
Yeah.
I saw a man who's cheated before. I saw a man who's violated trust before. Yeah. And because you cheated and you violated trust, now you got stipulations with the females that I don't know and I don't trust. So in the same sense that DJ Envy, who Lord knows he went in on Jesus and Mero, for what? I don't know, because you was on the show discussing your infidelities, and comedians do what comedians do. Right. And then you got real light skin and got mad because you was the topic. So I think that you can't speak, number one, I don't think you can speak in superlatives. Always, never, those situations just don't exist. Number two, like he said, that man, Steve, needs to speak for Steve, and then can throw in a caveat that in general, this is the typical man. Because there's a lot of us that has those typical behavior traits at some point in time in life. Like there was a time where I absolutely couldn't have single friends because they were because they in particular were a target, possibly. Look, you got target of opportunities. You got this one. I'm finna walk her down. I'm finna do whatever it takes. You got this one just happened. Okay, what's up? What's cracking?
Yeah.
So my mind was in a bunch of different places. But to come out and say that every man should be this way because I did one thing wrong, that's one of those slippery slopes that we see Derek Jackson rolling down the hill every day.
The funny part was that he was positive, like he was like 99, like it was a DNA test, like he knew, like that was just. Right. Like he was like, yeah, all my sons out there, yeah, they do it. Like I just, it's sad though. I mean, if you can't control yourself around a woman, then that's your problem. That has nothing to do with that woman. Just like a lot of people complain about, well, she shouldn't have wore this or she shouldn't have wore that. Mm-hmm. Women are entitled to wear what they want to wear.
Yeah, they ain't helping
regardless of what you think about it. Now, if you feel like that's not classy enough, then that's your opinion.
But I'm saying, if you got a male friend, you gonna walk around your booty shorts with them though?
It depends on that male friend. No,
oh my God,
I'm being for real. Hold on, check this out. My wife don't like my friend and don't know her, but I say friend because we were soldiers together. Like we've been through some real stuff together. So I'll always call her my friend, even though it's been like 18 years since we've even seen each other. But this friend, my wife don't like because I told her a story. I was like, look, we cool. I was like, I done been laid in the bed next to her with bra and panties on, and ain't nothing never happened between us, and we never tried to take it there. But it was the way our relationship was created. Like me and her had a different kind of bond. So I saw her as a little sister from jump. She would be forever safe. However, if you would have put me in the same exact scenario, and we didn't have that experience that led to that bonding of how we saw each other, no, she would have been okay. You give me an inch if you want. I'm hungry. Oh, you gonna give me a bite? Okay. What you mean you ate the whole sandwich? You gave it to me.
Yeah.
But every man ain't like that in every situation. So you can't speak.
Thin line, bro. It's a thin line. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna walk around like, in my panties or anything, but I do, dress comfortable. Like it, I mean, I don't You know, if you want to wear shorts or whatever, I just feel like it comes at a point where men should be able to, like, a lot of men say this, but I feel like they need to be able to control themselves, because I see it all the time on TikTok.
I control myself.
Right, Kiana,
but if I'm at your house, if I'm at your house 9 o'clock at night, I'm comfortable. It ain't got nothing to do with me controlling myself. Now you know
right,
they have
that's what I'm. Look, here's another example. E, right? You're a nurse, and I like that for this conversation, especially because we're gonna bring the scientific aspect of things in.
Oh, not the science. Okay,
right. And here it is. You know any crackheads?
I know a lot of them.
Okay, you take the one that comes to mind first. You put in a room with an 8-ball. Is it getting smoked?
Like a cigar.
No.
We should have more control in that.
Yeah. Absolutely not. It's not happening. And that was a horrible example. That's nothing. That was a horrible like. Did you really use crackhead? Like, out of all the stuff that you could have used, you put me in a position with a crackhead. Like, really? Is that how you see me? Is that how you see me?
No. I'm saying if you put a crackhead in a room with an 8-ball, because of his love and affinity for crack and those chemical addictions he has, he's gonna do it. Whether everything he knows he's gonna lose his family, he knows his wife is taking the kids. He knows that he's gonna get this hit. He ain't gonna be able to make that car payment. He already 4 months behind. He knows it's about to get repossessed, but he's still hitting it.
Yeah,
I know you got some male friends that you don't talk to, especially ones that you call friends that's done some stuff that you looked at them like, bro.
I mean, well, it doesn't come like when I say I have male friends, they call me and talk to me about girlfriends, wives, shorties that they're trying to get with or anything to that nature. So I have those type of male friends. They just have the utmost respect for me. And yeah, sometimes I am dressed up or I might have on a little pair of shorts or anything. Now, what they do behind my back, that's where it stays. It never is like, anything disrespectful or anything like that. They might say, "Oh my God, Kiana, you look good, girl. All right now." That's it. It goes no further than that, and I'll smile, be like, "Oh my God, like, thank you." Like, so that's it. It goes no further than that. But like I said, I just feel like.
But that's because of you. And all I'm saying is Steve was right in that aspect. When there is an attraction there, if you let that go, if you let me in, there's a lot of dudes, that it is what it is. They'll throw a friendship away for that hit.
Yeah, I can't flow with Steve, even if he's right. I can't.
So you agree with Steve Harvey then? If you had the opportunity to get in there, you would take it.
No. I said some men.
Yeah. Are you one of them?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I put it like this. I am not who I used to be.
I'm not agreeing with Steve. I don't care. I said.
This is what I'm saying. I am not who I used to be.
Right.
But I know that there's a propensity within me to be who Steve is talking about. So for me, when my wife and I have this conversation, it's cool anyway, because I'm old with kids and I'm home with my baby anyway. I don't have a need. But if we were talking about me 10, 15 years ago, I might have an issue because I still like to socialize and I still like people. And I can be naive sometimes because I love people. And sometimes I don't see what could happen. And I don't see all the possible scenarios because we just cool.
Yeah. Let me ask you. I know we got to close. But Kiana, would you let your man have a female friend?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is she fine and all?
Yeah, I don't care. I love beautiful women. I mean, I don't have no problem with it. Let me tell you something. If he do what he do with her, then evidently I wasn't the woman for him. And I have learned that like over the time frame. You do what you do. I mean, I'm not about to chase you. I'm not about to stalk you. I'm not about to do that. I used to do that. And I feel like if you're not ready to settle down, then just say that.
Yeah. Let's
not waste each other's time. So I don't mind. If he got 15 female friends and she's pretty, so be it. A few of all my children fathers, because I have 3 kids by 3 different men, and they all had female friends, and they all slept with them. But who cares? I mean, that's their business. I let it go. Like, hey, shorty, do you?
So speaking of Steve Harvey, him being a knucklehead, it's the time of the show. Dwayne, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Now it's time for the Knucklehead of the Week with your host, D. Good.
So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Knucklehead of the week. Oh man, I hate to do this to my people, but it's kind of knuckleheadish. So my girl Charlene Nelson, this is all out in Oklahoma, and maybe this is them getting a little pissed off at the Oklahoma Legislative Assembly making it perfectly legal to run over pedestrians protesting in the roads now. But anyway, these guys sell PCP, if you haven't read. Now, that's not the unique thing. The unique thing about them selling PCP is they were selling PCP dressed as, wait for it, 12. That's right. They were dressed up as cops selling PCP. It got picked up together. Dang it, Charlene. Where did you get Bobby and Edward into? I'm telling you, see, that it's always a woman. I'm joking. It's not always a woman, but she was the ringleader in this particular instance. There you go, Miss Charlene, Bobby Hooks, and Edward Littlejohn. Sound like a rap group, don't it? Old R&B. That's Gladys Knight the Pips, y'all.
Yeah. Well, they're last night in the PCPers. So that's crazy. Why they're dressed up as cops?
I'm probably smiling.
Well, Charlene was dressed up as a cop.
Oh, Charlene was.
Bobby and Edward were they were a part of it, but she was dressed up as a cop.
Okay. Well, Bobby looks high in his mugshot.
Well, she was just thinking Blue Lives Mattered, so it's relatively safe route to go these times, I guess.
Lordy, okay. Jeez.
Blue Lives Matter.
I'm reaching.
That's another conversation altogether, right there.
Yes, it is.
I'm a former cop, so I feel you.
Yeah.
And I'm the biggest critic. So no.
Yeah.
The just to say that is a protest to a protest, and it's like answering a question with a question. It's like, really? Yeah.
Well, right here, what I want to do is say thank you to Miss Kiana for coming on again. And I meant to ask you my hot seat question that I ask all of my guests that I have on the show. So I'm going to ask you the hot seat question, and then you can go into the final or to your final thoughts for the show and close us out, if you don't mind.
Of course, I don't mind.
Here's my hot seat question that I ask all of my guests. If there was one piece of advice that the now you could give the old you, what would it be?
Confidence. Make sure you always have confidence. I lacked it back then. So that is definitely would have been my advice to myself back then. Confidence. I didn't have it, but I have it now, but I didn't have it back then.
Yeah.
It radiates now.
Watch your TikToks. I'm telling you, watch your TikToks. The confidence oozes out of every TikTok. I promise you. And you're going to be like, she is confident. She don't care. I mean,
in a bonnet too. In a bonnet. Yes, it is. It's the confidence for me.
You need to get Tammy to wear your bonnets. You need to. Does she have her own brand?
I think she probably do now. 9 out of 10 chances she probably do. I'm willing to bet you she do.
Well, I want to thank you again. I told you I will say thank you about 10,000 times within the show.
Well, if you really thank her, why don't you wear one of her bonnets on the Knucklehead podcast?
There it is.
I think I won't. See,
there it is. See, Kiana, I got
I believe in it just like that. I believe in it just like that. I will rock that bad boy sideways. I will cock it to the side. Don't play with me. But again, thank you for coming on. I really, really appreciate you. Everybody that shared the broadcast out, everybody that left a comment, thank you. Ms. Kiana, good luck on your upcoming shows.
Yes.
I'll be awaiting my tickets to I can go to St. Louis. I have an excuse to come to St. Louis because if I ain't got to go to St. Louis, I ain't going. So if I have a reason to go, I'll go to St. Louis. Again, thank everybody for coming on. All of my audio podcast listeners, do not forget to download the podcast. Go to the website, knuckleheadchroniclespodcast.com. Visit Miss Kiana at kianascott.com and get your bonnet, ladies. Get your bonnets. And if you want to book her for a show, you can reach out to her on KeonScottComedy@gmail.com if you want to book her for a show, if you want to just reach out. Okay. But we're going to get out of here. You guys have a great rest of your week. Well, the upcoming week. And we will see you guys next week. All right. Peace.